It's a wide open road, people. Wide open roads of Western Australia. Perth, to be precise. On the side of the country from one of the famous Australian, the King of Shirts, Ben Rankins. It's the Triffids' second album, Born Sandy Devotional. I just had to touch you. Then I realized it's yeah, wonderful vocal stylings of the late great, I should say, David McComb, lead vocalist of the Triffids. So just here with Richard. Had a little change of plans this week. We have a social life, so we actually went over and had dinner and drinks with some friends here in town. That was a good time. So checking in right now for a Saturday cheers. See who's here. Look up, look way up. It's Jerome the Giraffe. Any of my friends back in Canada that grew up in the 70s would recognize Jerome. Yes, he's a friend of the Friendly Giant, another late great. Colton's just coming over here to see what's going on. Yes, he knows Jerome quite well. So yes, when I did my last Friday cheers and I was moving things around, like the butler here, Mark over at Twanger's Turntable, who lives in Canada, of course, originally from the East Coast, he's like, hey, that reminds me of the Friendly Giant. Because this show, children's television show on CBC, just to cut to the chase, it was this guy, they made him look like a giant. It's just like me. And then he, of course, had his sidekicks. He had on the side, he'd be the turret of his castle. He'd look out, and there would be Jerome, right? And then he had his other friend, Rusty. All right, Colton, over here, my friend. So yes, we're also here, special guest here. We got the Sultan here in the house, and the mailman right there, and then Richard here to make sure things don't get out of hand, or make sure they do get out of hand. You never know with Richard Simmons. And this is for Trevor, Flat Round and Spun. I'm really liking these beer salts, Trevor. Yeah, probably better than bath salts. Ooh, yeah, crazy. Anyway, yes, it's a Friday. Cheers. The gang's all here. So yeah, let's see what else we got to talk about today. Oh, cheers. Yes, my friends. Oh, yeah. All right. Shut that door and shut this down. Yes. All right, on a Saturday cheers. So yeah, last Sunday I went down south, Rhode Island way. Well, still Massachusetts, but pretty much Rhode Island. A place called Seekonk, Massachusetts. So while I was there, I'll post a link in the description below for the video. It's like a 30-second clip of me and my friend Jeff. Also calls himself Triple J. Has a DJ service down there in Rhode Island. If you are in the Rhode Island area, please check out Triple J DJ service. And yeah, this is pretty funny. It's his pride and joy, right? So side gigging with my friend Jeff. Real cool dude. So I'll leave a link to that video. It's pretty funny. He's selling me a George Jones album in the video. So please check that out. So yeah, this came in the mail the other day. So
see who it's from. It's actually from Jeff. And he wrapped this nicely, very robustly. Love the word robust. It just says it all, right? It's the opposite of crap. All right. This is going to be the most violent unboxing ever in the vinyl community history. Jesus, Jeff. All right. I'm digging in. Woo. Breaking up a sweat. Breaking a sweat, man. Ah, yes. And of course, he's included. There it is. The business card. Yes. All right. Enjoy, Jeff. Got a few things here. I know it's not fish and chips. It's wrapped up in newspaper, but let's see what's in here. Great guy, great guy. I'm gonna show, a couple of the records I'm gonna show today I actually bought from Jeff. Very cool. Now I have 2 copies of the Archangels. Oh my God. This is a signed copy as well. Yes, yes, really, really nice. Yeah, featuring Charlie Saxton. I'm actually going to talk about Charlie Saxton in a minute. And here's the, we were talking about this album. It's Doyle Bramall II, who was in this band. And he's pictured, there's Doyle right there, and there's Charlie Saxton, right? So Archangels, I spoke about them a couple videos ago. Colton's chowing on that plastic, so thanks for that, Jeff. Yeah, so Doyle Bramall II, another guy from Austin, Texas, with Charlie Saxton. Solo album here, and we were talking about this because I showed his solo debut in that video, and Jeff had seen the video, and he's like, hey, I've got this other one. And man, I wasn't expecting that, Jeff. So really, really, really kind. So we talked about these. I'm really curious to see what he did. Oh yeah. Silk screening. So Jeff does some silk screening as well. This is faceplate for your light switch, for my light switch. All right, so we said, he was like, hey, which ones do you like? And we were just making small talk. And I said, yeah, that Grateful Dead album, you know. It's that hits package, but I really love the artwork. That is beautiful. You know, there's a couple more here. My Gosh. Jeff. Triple J, 3 Jeffs. Yes, and there's another Jeff right there. It's Jeff Beck. Yes, Jeff Beck's Guitar Shop. That is cool, man. Put that right up there, and I'm going to flick the light off and on later on just to make sure these work. Let's see what else. We got a third one in here. Yes, another Grateful Dead. Let's see what that shiny gloss. Neatly packaged by Jeff. So again, I'm going to put a link below to that video, and you can check out Jeff. Normally I have a slide. I didn't print any slides. I'm out of ink. Buy stock in Hewlett-Packard. Just the ink cartridges, when MGK buys them, the stock goes up because I go through so much ink. So anyway, that band I was playing at the beginning, yeah, second album from the Triffids. Never ever see this in the vinyl community. I think Vinyl Sean might have shown a Triffids album actually, and that's what triggered me to, I saw this at the show and I bought it. So all I had before this was from my high school days. I had this album, Calenture, from '87. And I only bought this one, I remember at the time, because there was a track on here called Bury Me Deep in Love that kicks it off. That was a single. So on this one, this is just, I think this is an even better record. Like I said, the lead vocal stylings of David McComb, and his brother Rob was in the band and played guitar. There's David McComb right there, and his brother Rob right there. Violin and guitar and backing vocals. So yeah, the Triffids. Don't hear much about this band. They were done by the end of the 80s. It's just a lyric sheet, but yeah, really cool. Worth checking out. So yeah, if you like Echo and the Bunnymen, it's got that kind of string, those kinds of arrangements on some of the songs. It kind of floats like that. And David McComb's voice, it's kind of like in the school of Ian McCullough maybe, or Nick Drake. Not Nick Drake. Nick Cave, all the Nicks, right? Like all the Jeffs. So yeah, sounds like Nick Cave. So the guy I was talking about a minute ago, Charlie Saxton, here's his solo debut. Did this when he was 16 years old. They wanted him to, the label clearly was making him to be a teen idol, but that wasn't his jam. He was a guitarist in the Austin, Texas blues bar circuit, in that kind of vibe. No, Colton, get out of there, bud. And so anyway, he would go on to play, of course, like with the Archangels, Bob Dylan, like a sideman session guy. Colton's trying to get out. Make your decision, Colton. Yes, all right. I guess that means out, bud. So anyway, Charlie Saxton's second album here from 1990. Yeah, 1990. So, and this again is the debut. from 85. Yeah, so I might have that year off. I just can't read this small print. It's brutal. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Don't Look Back's a really great track on this follow-up. I Can't Cry, Battle Hymn of the Republic. This album really shows his guitar chops off way more than on this one, but they're both equally good. I bought this from Jeff. So that's one of the records I bought from my friend Jeff. Long Riders. Yeah, here's another one from the show. Different seller, though, I bought this from. And this would have been their third album. Arguably, in my mind, their best, but I was just one person. So they came from the Paisley underground scene, like the Bangles in LA in the 80s. And you can see by the haircut, you know, fan of the Byrds, obviously. And that jangly kind of pop sound with more of an edge, I would say, with the Long Riders. But yeah, Gunslinger Man's a great track on this. I Want You Bad. Long Story Short. And this one's called Two-Fisted Tales here from 1987. Yes. What do you think of that, Colton? All right, what else we got here? We got Mike Oldfield's second album. This was the follow-up to Tubular Bells. Right here. So overshadowed by this. This was still such a huge, weird breakthrough of an album, and then being part of the Exorcist film just even propelled it to further fame and fortune for Mike Oldfield. He was still such a young guy. And then he did this follow-up here called Hergest Ridge. So I'm a huge fan of Omadon, the album that came after Hergest Ridge. So this is his third. This plays in two pieces as well. Side 1, side 2, instrumental with some vocal, some choir in the background. This one's straight up instrumental, and it's in two parts. Nice looking dog on the front there. And yeah, like I said, this didn't get the glory it should have, because again, you had Tubular Bells going on. Really cool label right there, and you can see it's just side 1 and then side 2, two parts. Hergest Ridge part 1, I guess, and Hergest Ridge part 2. They're not labeled as such, but it plays as just one big suite, like a piece of classical music, and it's really great. I'm glad I found this. I got that for $5, and it plays mint. It's great. I've listened to all of these records, so I'm gonna do a part 2. I might do that tomorrow. I walked out of there with it was like lifting weights. I had such a big stack of wax, so I can't do it all in one video. So anyway, moving on to Mike Oldfield and Hergest Ridge. And again, Omadon, the follow-up. Tubular Bells, what the hell? All right. Rat! I'm out of the cellar. They let me out. So yeah, I bet a few of you are probably totally shocked. Maybe even having cardiac arrest seeing me pull this record out. But hey, I'm a man of many tastes, right? I can go from Conway Twitty to this, then I like variety, right? So anyway, this one featuring the vocal stylings of Stephen Pearcy. These guys were huge. This was their first album, and of course I'm part of that, from Canada, the Much Music generation, or the US MTV generation. And yeah, so this was their debut, and it was huge. Like I said, in 1984, Wanted Man, Round and Round. These were really good music videos, like I was saying about MTV. Really great. I'm Insane. That's a really wild tune. And Back for More. I think there was 3 singles: Wanted Man, Round and Round, and Back for More. Those 3, I think, were singles from this one. So yeah, I don't think there's any notes. I just put a new sleeve on the inside. But again, I don't know if I got this from my man Jeff, but this was another $5 record, and I think it usually sells for more. I think because the jacket's all beat up, but I cleaned the record and plays great, and it's going round and round. Colton, what are you doing up there? He's literally climbing the wall over there, climbing the walls today. It's a room full of blues, Colton. No, it's not. Cheer up, my man. So speaking of Rhode Island, I couldn't be down near Rhode Island without buying a record by these guys, who are they originally from the Providence area, founded by Duke Robillard. At this point, he was out, and Ronnie Earl was leading the Ronnie Earl, rather, not Ronnie Hurl. Maybe Hurl, I don't know. Yeah, he was going by the name Ronnie Earl Horvath. I think that's what was throwing me off. But then later on, he just went by the name, stage name Ronnie Earl, and then had his own band, Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters. But I'm talking about Room Full of Blues. I'm getting to have quite a pile of their stuff. This was their third official album, 1981. You can see they were out of RI right there. Hot chick on the front, right? Yeah, it's a Hot Little Mama, the name of this record. So yeah, tradition of it's kind of got elements of swing, traditional blues. Well, that label Blue Flame, never seen that before, because the other records I have from Roomful, I don't recognize that. But anyway, yeah, fun band. Title track, Hot Little Mama, is a good one. like they got a full horn section with the trombone player and all of that going on, but then they can go straight up like a Texas blues sizzling guitar with Ronnie Earl doing a solo. It's really all over the place, this record, but it's a lot of fun. You put this on at a party, and if I was there too, it would be officially fun. And it's the Room Full of Blues, Hot Little Mama. Yes, that she is. I keep talking about Austin, Texas. Let's go down there again. It's the Fabulous Thunderbirds. This is their second album. This is the follow-up to... maybe see that in some of my videos hanging out. I always like the artwork on that. That's their debut right there. Yeah, girls go wild, right? Apparently. All right. What do you think, Colton? Yeah, Colton's just over there thinking about things right now. He's wanting to hear some music. So after this, after I finish the video, Colton, your pick, man. Your pick, bud. Whatever you want to hear. All right. God, it is Saturday. Cheers. Wet the whistle again here. Yeah, man. All right. Where the hell are we here? Oh, yeah. This, you'll see in the video with Jeff that I keep talking about, that I'm going to put in the link, in the description rather, that you'd see in the thumbnail, Jeff. I'm just like, take my money and give me this George Jones album from 1980. This was his big comeback. This was his first platinum seller. That's 1 million copies. And it was huge. So he divorced him and Tammy in 75, 76, but then they still somehow recorded some more records together. On his own, his stuff was in the toilet. And this was just like a huge comeback. He was kind of in and out of the sobriety thing. More out of sobriety for the most part, but he kept it together and did this record. And you could argue, critics would say that He Stopped Loving Her Today is probably one of the best country and western songs ever recorded. I think that's a true statement, a valid statement, and very accurate. So you're drifting into the 80s with the production here, but it's Billy Sherrill still, his lifelong collaborator, him and Tam Tam. And you could still you feel that Billy Sherrill vibe on the production. But this isn't over-polished. You still have that vibe when you get into a ballad or a traditional honky-tonker, that you're back in 1967, 68, when country and western was really country and western. And look, he's kind of 80s up here. He's almost got like a Miami Vice look going. I don't know. Miami Vice with the George Jones twist. Yes, from the Ben Rankin's collection right there. You see that lovely shirt with the big collar, nice look, and the jacket just brings it together. So He Stopped Loving Her Today. I'm not ready yet. And if drinking don't kill me, her memory will. Oh yeah, these song titles are always the greatest. Bone Dry, I guess that must have been referring to a Sober Wednesday he had once. This one at the show I got as well. I don't know if I got this from Jeff or not. I looked at this, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm a huge Almond Brothers band fan. Solo stuff from Dwayne Allman, solo stuff from Greg Allman, Dickie Betts solo stuff. I'm into it. I've never heard of this before. And it's on some label here called Bold. Anybody knows this and you're a fan, please share in the comments below. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and I also looked it up on allmusic.com. These are sessions with the two brothers. I don't know who the sidemen are. Can't seem to find any of that information out. This was released apparently and pressed and released in 1972. Well, these songs were all recorded, and there's 9 tracks on this, all before the 1969 self-titled Allman Brothers Band debut. So, I mean, the record, it looks like it's got some water damage. It looks like crap, sort of, but adds to its character. I'm telling you, the record plays amazing. And the songs they do on this was the find of the show for me. Look at that. The opening track, Morning Dew. I would put that up against any version live, studio or otherwise, by the Grateful Dead. It just sounds so amazing, and I'm a huge Dead fan. This version of Morning Dew, if you just look this up, this record is just simply called Dwayne and Greg Allman, and then look up that version of Morning Dew. And then, God rest his soul, there's a version of Melissa on here, which later became a huge hit, of course, for the Allman Brothers Band. And In the Morning When I'm Real closes this out. It's almost like psych blues, folk. It is out there, and it's really, really good, man. Really effing good. I mean, yeah, there's my... Yeah, I'm trying not to swear in my videos, right? I'm trying to be a good guy. Screw it, eh, Colton? All right. Oh, where are we now? So I had this album from a few years ago. I got it in a collection. It's really excellent. Psych Blues. Only thought they had that one record, and then I saw this last Sunday. This is Blues Image. Open. I mean, like, open your mind, because this is a really psychedelic album. like I said, the debut, total really good psych blues, that's self-titled, but this one really blows it out of the water, man. They had an actual charting hit on this, and I didn't know it was this band, Blues Image. Ride Captain Ride, right? If you hear any oldie station, they always played Ride Captain Ride, but the rest of this album, it's way, way, way out there compared to Ride Captain Ride. They do a version of Parchment Farm on here. None of these songs are over 3 minutes, but they have a vibe that you just want it to keep going because the musicianship and it feels like a jam that just doesn't quite get there because these are all studio cuts and they're short. And the runtime on this whole album is under half an hour. I mean, it's a short record. I should take this back, actually. The closing out track, actually, is over 7 minutes. It's called Take Me, and it's like, take me into outer space. This is really, really good. I mean, I just, the old Atco label, I just was really happy. I went to this show in Seekonk, same time last year. Bit of a drive for me, about an hour and a half each way, but I was, you know, it was a bigger venue. It was in this shitty Ramada Inn that looked like a crime scene. But then when you get in, there's a big ballroom, and you weren't crowded. There was a lot of vendors with a lot of good stuff like Blues Image. Yeah, check that out if you like psych blues. Yeah, man, roll one up and fire it up. It's an afternoon with Freddy McGregor doing some Jamaican classics, Volume 2. Don't have Volume 1, but I wouldn't mind finding it if it's out there. This is really good, just a nice collection. Kind of ballroom reggae. I'm a Freddy McGregor fan. I have another one on CD that's a similar collection. What he's doing here are all traditional Jamaican tunes. So, Come On Little Girl, you know, that's been done by Bob Marley on one of his really early recordings. I Was Born a Winner, Undying Love. It's fun. This is like summer party. So yeah, if you're coming to my party this summer, maybe I'll play some Freddy McGregor. Keep the party moving. Cool label there, yeah. What is this label called here? HBP Records or something. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of a cool logo, isn't it? And at the end here, yeah. Sending this one out to my friend at All the World's a Stage. It's, yes, a slice of humble pie for Steve. You can see on the inside. I flipped the record around. Normally you can see the label here. We go like this. This goes in like this. What is this, a Rubik's Cube? Yeah, so you can see the ideas as you open up. You can see the actual logo on the label. Nice gatefold sleeve here. Yeah, just wicked jam on this one. 4-Day Creep kicks it off. I'm Ready. Stone Cold Fever. That's just side one. They do a killer version of Dr. John's. Walk on Gilded Splinters. Peter Frampton, man. Just, yeah, a young Peter Frampton. Really wicked stuff. Yeah, and got the Fillmore East right there. Yeah, rocking the Fillmore East. That's Humble Pie. Performance. Yeah, wicked stuff. Wicked. Recommended several times by Steve over there at All the World's a Stage. A man of sublime tastes. So anyway, I'll send this a final Saturday cheers for you. And I guess that'll do it. So we'll see you next time. Maybe we'll part 2 of the Seekonk Record Finds collection.